Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So, you know that today, Fed Chair Powell is going to have his conference. They're going to come to a decision today on whether or not they're going to raise rates. Pretty sure they're not raising rates this month. Pretty sure they're not going to raise rates next month, although there is an opportunity. Pretty sure they will, cut rates. Cut rates, not raise rates, cut rates. Sorry about that. I do not think that they'll be cutting rates this month. I do not think that they'll be cutting rates next month. I think the FOMC will cut rates in September. Supposedly, there's a 91% chance. They go around to all the economists and they say, well, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So there's a 91% chance, or 91% of the people out there believe that there will be a rate cut, probably 25 basis points in September by the FOMC. That's actually a good thing. Now, some people are thinking you'll get 2 cuts this year, 25 basis points each, and then you'll get 1 per quarter next year. Now, I'm not sure about that because you want to spur the market on, but you don't want to spur it on that much. And I don't know that you need to cut, even once a quarter to make that happen. I think rate cuts in the United States, definitely will help the economy. However, we don't have a horrible economy. What we have is poor money management. There's a difference. The United States economy is actually doing better, which is why I was talking about the Bank of Japan, Japan's central bank, because the yen is not doing so good. So they're looking to strengthen the yen, right, to hopefully strengthen their economy. Whereas in the United States, we're actually taking moves to kind of weaken the dollar so we can continue with a strong economy, maybe avoid a recession. I don't see how a recession could happen. I think it's just a word that everybody throws around to kind of scare everybody and put the murmur out on into the street and see if they can force the hand of the Fed. It's my own humble theory. But yeah, so those are things that could affect Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrencies, because if the United States cuts its rates, that would actually support Bitcoin's price. And it would get people to invest more, and that would actually help to drive Bitcoin's price up. So just an idea, just something to think of, or rather think about. I was looking at my notes. On January 3rd, I told you that, a lawsuit was going to continue against DraftKings because of their NFTs. Well, they're shutting down Reignmakers, which is their NFT marketplace, and they're going to have to deal with that lawsuit. Shutting it down says that, to me, it says, yeah, we probably did a couple of things wrong. We probably got into that too soon. We probably didn't know everything that we needed to know, and we're going to pay the price for it. So we're going to shut it down so that we don't incur further issues, right? Now, as soon as that lawsuit came out, I'd have been like, somebody's got to explain to me why we're being sued. Now you know why, and they're going to have to move forward, and it's going to be ugly. I hope all those people at DraftKings, NFT Marketplace, Reignmakers, actually finds another job. But yeah, I think maybe they got into it too soon. And it is what it is. We will have to see how what I really want to see is how it affects their overall earnings. That's what I want to see. Like, do they easily recover from this, faux pas? I think they can. Everybody loves that. Not everybody, but gambling is a big industry. Gambling is a very big industry. So I'm going to be paying attention to that one just because of that kind of interest. Franklin Templeton's head of digital assets, did an interview and discussed, the idea of a Solana ETF. And the reason why is because that the SEC has revised their lawsuit against CZ and Binance, removing Solana as a security, Cardano as a security, Matic as a security, right? Secondary sales of BUSD as a security, BNB as a security. It said, yeah, no, we're going to pull those back. We're going to pull those back. We're not going to consider them, securities. Yeah. You pulling you pulling all that back means that they are indeed commodities, giving more weight to the CFTC in managing crypto. Now, it's not to say that the SEC shouldn't be managing certain aspects of crypto. Think decentralized finance, things like that. Those are possibilities. But crypto as a whole, they've dropped the ball. They didn't just drop the ball. They dropped the ball, kicked the ball, shot the ball, hit the ball with a baseball bat just to make sure that all the air was out. And it didn't happen. The air is still in it. I think the issue is that they took the course of enforcement instead of actually understanding the industry. They didn't respect it as a part of the financial industry. That's why the SEC messed up. Had they respected crypto as a burgeoning part of the financial industry, I think things would be different right now. I think things would be very different right now. But, is what it is. So Franklin Templeton saying, yeah, we could consider Solana. My question is going to be, well, you can do what you want. BlackRock's like, yeah, we're going to settle on this whole Bitcoin, Ethereum thing for a little bit. Franklin Templeton going after Solana, I'm sitting back and I'm going, why would you choose Solana? Do you research? I mean, not for nothing. If I had a choice between Solana and XRP, I'd probably do XRP first. I wouldn't do Solana. I'd do XRP first. Older, more used. Solana might have more volume and have a higher market cap at the moment. But I think XRP is far more dependable. Just saying. And the reason why I say that is because if I'm a money manager and I have to worry about your network going down and how that might just hit my outflows, I am not going to want that albatross around my neck. I'm really not. I'm absolutely not going to want that albatross around my neck when it comes to managing risk. Because the downside to that, we just witnessed it. We just recently witnessed that. It had slid back from 200 and change, down to basically where we are now. Then it had a network problem and dropped all the way down to 128. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's not something I'm looking forward to. That wouldn't be one of my one of the things I'd be considering. Right? I mean, that's a big problem to have wear around your neck. Well, what if? That's a daily what if. And, crypto doesn't sleep. So it's a 24/7, all day long, all night long. What if? I don't know. I mean, XRP, if it's been down, it hasn't been in eons. Cardano took a couple of DDoS attacks and shrugged them off like they never happened. So I'm just saying there are better choices. There are better, more dependable choices. So, I think what it is everybody wants to talk Solana. Everybody's giving it, yap, but I just don't see the validity behind it. So when I hear about somebody and they're the head of digital assets and, they're talking about this and they're talking about that, what are your qualifications for being a digital asset, head, right? That's one. Two, what's been your thought process about crypto in general? Like, what's been your track record? Are you just a regular finance guy who got now this title, or finance person who got this title? I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think long and hard about that. Because Solana wouldn't be the conversation I would be having. That's why I kind of look at people sideways when they're talking about Solana. I do look at you sideways when you're talking about Solana. There's so many other choices. Just because of reach, capability, dependability, speed, just all those different things. I mean, Chainlink to me would be a more viable option. And why is that? Well, it's because a lot of the banks are working with Chainlink and Swift. So yeah, I would think about that. I think about Stellar. I think about XRP. I think about Polygon. I think about Cardano. Just like I said, there are so many other coins out there that I would actually give thought to. But amazingly enough, I don't hear anything about XDC. I don't hear anything about those ISO 222 coins. I don't hear a lot about those. Some murmurs here and there, but I don't really hear a lot as I'm hearing about these other coins getting out there. Last night I told you that the California Department of Motor Vehicles is actually going to tokenize the 47 million car titles that they have on Avalanche. Right? I pay attention to those kinds of things, not the rah-rah behind, well, maybe we'll do an ETF. Yeah. Get off that ETF bandwagon. Not everything deserves to be an ETF. You don't need 50 million ETFs. And if people buy my book, Crypto Foundations for Building Multi-Generational Wealth, they won't need an ETF. They'd be able to go buy and have their own exposure to digital assets themselves directly. Just saying. What else is up? So ZA Bank, it's a Hong Kong-based bank. It's a decentralized trading platform. And I'm sorry, not them. They are, a banking services company. And what they're looking to do is actually provide reserve bank services to stablecoin issuers in Hong Kong. That's big because it also bolsters that space in Asia. Just saying, you can't sleep on Asia. You've got to pay attention to what's going on there because we're all interconnected. We're all interconnected. There's no getting around it. It is what it is. And we should pay attention to it, and we should actually enjoy it, figure out ways on how to make money from it. That global relationship, that global 24/7 symbiotic relationship that we now have. The financial industry previously, 9 to 5, whatever, 8:30 to 4:30, whatever it was, cool. 9:30 to 4:30. But when you look at crypto 24/7, I can move money 24/7. I can make things happen 24 hours a day and within minutes, depending on which, platform you're on. Minutes, sometimes seconds. Just saying. We should think about that. Retail space is going to change because of crypto. I think the first retail space that's going to change because of crypto is probably going to be e-commerce. It's absolutely going to be e-commerce because I don't have to. Your goods aren't going to get there in the next 2 seconds. You didn't walk over to a shelf, pick something up, walk over to the counter and want to buy it. You went online, you ordered it. I can pay with crypto. It's not going to affect your timeline or anything else. I can pay with crypto. That's what I mean. I think adoption is going to start there. It's going to happen in Web3 space. It's going to happen in metaverse, shopping, conferences, get-togethers happening in the metaverse. We're going to see more and more and more of that. So when I look at, all these moves, those are some of the moves I'm looking at. So Crypto.com backed a company called ZKX Protocol, decentralized finance trading platform. They didn't do so well. They did not do so well, so they're shutting down due to economic problems. And I'm not laughing. I'm just saying, it'll happen by the end of August. It's sad to see all that hard work go away, but they couldn't make it work, so they're going away. And it could be because of numerous things. Not enough advertising, not good liquidity, just a whole bunch of different things. And the reason why I say this is because there are a lot of decentralized finance protocols out there. A lot. So you're vying for, what right now is a kind of small space. It'll grow. It's absolutely going to grow. But right now it's still small. It's still in its nascent stage. So, you're going to see projects say, okay, it's time to shut down. It's time to shut down. That's unfortunate, but that's what they're doing right now. But pay attention to what's going on out there. Do your research, because now I'm going to sit back and go, well, who is involved in ZKX Protocol? Because this is the way you shut down. You don't just close the doors and run away. You do a graceful exit. That's what they're doing. That's why I called up this story, because a graceful exit out of things is a very big deal. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let me put my notes away. Bring that up. There's so much going on. So much going on. Let's see now. There you go. There you go. There I am. So, if you look at the Grow My Bag top 25, let's start with the losers. And you know what? Let's also make sure that we have refreshed everything the way we're supposed to. So there's the jump. And let's take the losers first. Right now, this is up to date. This is just done like just right now. Jasmine Coin down 9%. That's a big drop. They're already 99% off their all-time high. You know, just look at that. Look at the GMB X factor for Jasmine Coin. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know, is there a multiple in there somewhere? I guess. But I'm not doing research on Jasmine Coin just yet. You know, supposedly Jasmine is, you know, being used by Sony a lot, whatever. I could be making a mistake, but I'm just not into it. Now, could they jump because everything else jumps and they would jump with a high GMBX factor? That it's not going to be 158. But could it be 5, 7? That's actually more of a possibility. So I think maybe tonight I'll find out from the community who's actually involved in Jasmine Coin and see what kind of research they've done before I start my research. I'll kind of use that. Let's see, Athena. A lot of people are talking about Athena. It's down 7%. They have a GMBX factor of 2.71. You've got who else am I paying attention to? Theta Network down 7%. GMBX factor of 10x. Wow. That's nuts. Who else am I paying attention to? Render down 6% with a GMBX factor of 1.3x. Okay. So that would say that this is a buying opportunity, right? That's kind of what this would say. If I'm looking at, let's say, Ethereum name service down 6%, GMBX factor of 2.16x. That could be another one. That could definitely be another one. 1 inch, 6% as well, with a GMBX factor of 23.81x. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Injective 6%, down 6%, 1.26x factor. Ooh, I am interested in Injective. The 1 inch, I think I need to do some more research. Sign Network, I'm just not interested at all. Yeah, I think tonight could be a research kind of night. Top 25 winners. Let's see. XRP up 8%. So it falls off real fast. You have these top 3 and it just drops, right? So XRP is up. It's 81% off its all-time high. Why is XRP up? Because there's another meeting scheduled for Thursday, and that could be the day. With every single meeting that happens now, we could see the end of this case. It's a strong possibility. So that's what everybody's waiting for. But it's a 4.23x factor for, you know, a GMBX factor for XRP. And do I think they can make it? $3.40 from 64 cents. I don't know if they'll make the 4.3, but a 2 point something. I think that's a thing. I absolutely think that's a thing. Which by the way, that's more than enough reason for me to buy in. I've just been holding off too much. I kind of have a nice bag. That's why, but I haven't been DCAing into it. Maybe I should put it back on the roster. I'll take a look at that. See if their slot is, you automatically have a slot, even if I'm not putting money in and you don't have an active slot, and I might have given that activity to another coin, you still have that slot. So I might take a look at that and see about putting back in. Caspa, not something that I'm paying attention to, but doing well, 7% up. They have a GMBX factor of 0.01x. You know what that means? They recently hit their high. So for me, I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, that means that all they have is upside potential. So you'd have to do more, research to see what the risk is and calculate all that to see what its possibility is for hitting 2x, 3x, 4x. Because you have nothing else to base it on. They're in green territory right there. They're in open sea territory right there. Stellar, 5% move. I don't pay attention to 5%, but I am paying attention to Stellar. Why? Because they're a 7.32x factor. That's how far off their high they are. And do I think Stellar can do it? If they don't, I think it'll be at least a 5x. Stellar is something that I'm going to own. Everybody else I'm not going to pay attention to because, Stellar is at 5. Everybody else drops off because the market's down. That's why. I know a lot of people are asking me. We already know what's happening today. We have ADP unemployment, we have the FOMC interest rate decision, and then we have Fed Chair Powell conference. We're going to be listening to every upon bated breath, we shall be listening, is what I'm going to say. Fear and Greed Index is all the way down to 61. Shouldn't be. When the news actually gets out there that Solana, Cardano, Matic will all drop from the case, that's going to help to drive things up. When Powell does exactly what he said he's going to do, that'll drive things up. Everything will kind of calm down a bit. And then remember, August is vacation season. August is vacation season, period. Just saying. Right now, we still have $106 billion in total value locked. Dropped a little bit from yesterday. It was like 106 point something. Then when you look at the band, I want you to take a look from the green band all the way down to the top of my light blue band, right? Which is at 52,943. That's the top of my light blue band. My green band is at 69,355. You see something? Do you see something there? Yeah, we've been moving laterally for a really long time. That's what that is. It's a decent range, but we've been moving laterally for a really long time. Look, you want to tighten it up? Just look from here to here. Look at that. Moving laterally for a really long time. What we need to do is that same thing, but above 69,355. That's when we'll get that consolidation, and that's when we have the chance right there to spring forward, to spring up. We would just need a decent catalyst. Fed rate cut coming in September. That could be a decent catalyst. Just saying. You want to take a look at the big board. You've got just tons of opportunity around here. Tons of opportunity. When that case drops against XRP, I think you're going to see another big bump. So is this a good time to get into XRP? I think so. Is Solana going to taste 200 by the end of the year? Absolutely. So is it a good reason to get in? Yeah, I think so. Told you Caspa's up. Doge is down. Shiba Inu is down. But these are, to me, like I said before, to me, these are all opportunities. Look at Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR. There are just so many different places where you could be making money right now. So many different places. See what I said? Here's Solana, slowly creeping up. It crept back up to 183, then it hit 193 for a little bit there. When was it, the day before yesterday, something like that, and then it dropped back down. I'm telling you, pay attention. Pay attention to this. This is an opportunity, I think. I think 200 is definitely in its future. It hit it before. It'll hit it again. And then remember, 250, it's his all-time high. Right? Just saying, there are things out there that we should be paying attention to, and that's one of them. Looking at XRP, yep. And remember, they had been down year-to-date money, down. It was in red territory, and now it's up. Just saying, there are opportunities there. There are big opportunities. Some people were paying attention, and they got in 90 days ago, 60 days ago. Look at those numbers right there. Where else are you going to make that kind of money and that kind of speed? Toncoin isn't doing so hot, but its year-to-date number is still big. Waiting for Toncoin to take off. It should be taking off because they're increasing their reach beyond the Telegraph, network. That's what's going to drive Toncoin up. I'm saying there's a lot going on there, and there's a lot I'm paying attention to, right? Shiba Inu, we just need Bitcoin to take off a little bit. Shiba Inu will fly. Absolutely fly. We need Shiba Eternity to make some noise. It'll fly. If you look at it, Shiba Inu has been very, very stable. Very, very predictable, very stable. Just saying, those are things I'm definitely paying attention to. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, become a member. Members get perks. And don't forget to tune in tonight at 8 p.m. where we have lively conversations. Anyway, have a good one. Bye-bye.